Hello, this is Brenda Green, and I'd like to welcome you to Living in the Go. Today, I want to talk to you about your FICO score. So please hit subscribe, like, and share with your friends because this is an important topic. The things I want to cover with you today are your score and how it's calculated and what it really means. So let's get into it. Now, your FICO credit score is made up of five different things, of five variables. It's also the most commonly used credit scoring system in the United States. It was created by two men back in 1956. It was called Fair Isaac and Company, and the founders were Bill Fair and Earl Isaac. So you want to have a good score to be able to purchase debt cheaply. You want to be able to rent an apartment if you need to or get a job. And they use FICO scores now to separate people out with those. So you want to make sure that your score is healthy and you want to certainly know what it is. So the first thing that they look at is how much you owe. How much is your debt? The second thing they look at is the type of credit that you have. So credit cards, car loan, house, whatever. They look at those types of things. And they also look at new credit that you've obtained. So if you're the type of person who gets a new credit card every other minute, that will be reflected on your FICO score and it won't be a good thing. The next thing is the length of credit history. So you want to have a credit card and you want to have it a long time. If you had a card 5 years, 10 years, that increases your score for FICO. I have a credit card that's more than 20 years old, and so that certainly helps my score. The last thing that they look at is your payment history. So this accounts for about 35% of your overall score. That's a big amount. Payment history, it means how you paying your bills. If you're late every other month, that makes your score go lower. If you're paying consistently, you pay off your debt every month, every 30 days, that will increase your score, so it looks great. Now, what does FICO mean? Well, I'll start by telling you that the lowest score that you could have on FICO is 300. With 300, you're not getting anything, I'll be honest with you. And the highest score that you can have is 850. That's pretty impressive. So the meanings, your score can be less than 640, and this is considered a very low score. It means that you'll struggle to try to get credit. So if you're trying to buy a house or buy a car, they may give it to you, but the interest rate is going to be so high, it's going to be ridiculous. If your score is from 641 to 680, this is considered a reasonable score. You still might have a little trouble and you might have to pay a higher interest rate, but you should be able to secure any kind of credit that you want. If your score is 681 to 720, this is considered a good score and you should be able to get lines of credit with no problem. You should be able to get an attractive interest rate. I was talking to a friend recently, a few months ago, and she went to get a car and they told her score was low. So I had her check her score and her score was 700. So they were trying to charge her, believe it or not, 18%. I'm like, that's ridiculous. You go back to them or you go to someone else because your score is sufficient. It's considered a good score. You should be able to get a better interest rate. The next rate is anything above 721. That's considered an excellent score. And creditors will give you lots and lots of debt if you want it because you're considered a good customer. You should have no difficulty in getting whatever you need to do and get a good interest rate. Now, as always, I do have my beliefs, so I want to share those with you. So if your FICO score is low, all is not lost. You can certainly clean up your score. There are a lot of things you can do to fix it. I don't encourage you to go out and spend a lot of money with these people who claim they can fix your score because there are things you can do yourself. You can contact the credit bureau and dispute anything on there that doesn't make sense, that's not yours. You can start paying your bills on time if possible. There are a lot of different things that you can do. If you pay consistently, let's say your bill is due on the 15th, pay it on the 10th because when you pay it earlier, you're paying it on a more reduced balance and that will help your FICO score. You should have an explanation ready if your score is holding you back. If you're going to get that dream job but you know your score is pretty low and they're going to be checking your credit score, talk with the recruiters at the very beginning and explain what happened. It might be something minor, maybe there was a medical bill or something, but have an explanation ready just in case. And then there are a lot of free sites that you can check your score. I don't encourage you again paying any money for this because there are a lot of free things that can help you. I actually love Credit Karma. That's one of them. There are several out there. But you can go on there and they measure 3 different credit bureaus, TransUnion, Experian, Equifax. So they will tell you what your score is for free. They will also give you a rundown of all of the debt that you have, and they also will give you a little reminder about things. And if something new comes up on your credit bureau, if you didn't do it, it will come up on Credit Karma, and they will let you know ahead of time something's coming up. So use one of the free sites. And the last belief, you are certainly more than your score. So don't forget that. Don't feel like because you have a low score that it diminishes you as a person. Because again, things happen, your credit gets bad, medical situations come up, you lose your job. There are a lot of reasons why people's credit go bad. But that is no reflection on you as an individual. So remember that. As always, I want to thank you so much for your time and attention. I appreciate you so much. I hope this helps you. And again, if you liked it, share it with your friends because, again, we're starting that movement. I want everybody to have great lives, be healthy, be wealthy, and all those things that come with it. Have a good day.